allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Assessor Cry. Highway Commissioner Bevig. Here. Clerk Giovanni is here. Supervisor Jones.
Here.
Trustee Horvath.
Here.
Trustee Maher. Here. Trustee Malik.
Yes.
And Trustee Lynch.
Here. Okay. May I have a motion for the approval of the minutes from July 29, 2025 board meeting?
Motion to approve the board minutes of July 29th, 2025 board meeting.
Second.
Any discussion or changes?
Okay. Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Trustee Lynch?
I'm sorry, Trustee Lynch.
Yes. I get to vote today too.
My coffee's kicking in now.
May I have a motion to approve the minutes of August 12th, 2025 special board meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes of the August 12th, 2025 special board meeting.
Second.
Any changes or discussion? Okay. There's a roll call.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes. Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay. May we have a motion to approve the road district expenditures? General assistance, excuse me.
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of August 1st, 2025 and August 15th, 2025, and general assistance checks 57547 through check number 57574 in the amount of $44,387.40. Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Here.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
And Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Motion to approve the road district expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of August 1st, 2025 and August 15th, 2025. Road district checks 25476 through check 25508 in the amount of $116,592.36.
Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay. Approval of the general town fund expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of August 1st, 2025 and August 15th, 2025, and general town fund checks number 62838 and 62921 in the amount of $395,903.39.
Second.
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher. Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any public participation? No. Okay. I'd like to ask if we could, if the board would object to moving the item that was under closed session, which is discussion and possible vote of hiring administrator up to the next item. So do you have any objections? Okay. So this is for the hiring of our administrator position, and we were in closed session last month, and the board interviewed several candidates, and we came to a consensus to hire Vicki Rizzo, who's our acting administrator right now. So may I have a motion, please?
Let's see, motion to hire Victoria Rizzo for the position of Township Administrator.
Second.
Any discussion? Any roll call?
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Abstain.
Trustee Malik.
Yeah. Yes.
And Trustee Lynch.
Yes.
Congratulations. All right.
I'd say welcome aboard, but
also great, and it was a hard decision, so. We're looking forward to all working together. Okay. Other new business, the next item is the Big Brother, Big Sister Anniversary Proclamation. So we, last week, our Maine State Department held a 10-year anniversary of our partnership with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It was a great event. We had the former and present CEO, plus a lot of bigs and a lot of littles. So it was a great event. We had a Kona ice truck, pizza, and everybody had a really nice time. So the Township of Maine proclamation honoring Maine State Youth and Family Services and Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Metropolitan Chicago. Whereas Maine State Youth and Family Services, through its Big Brothers, Big Sisters site-based mentoring program, has connected young residents, our littles, with dedicated adult mentors, our bigs, who have generously shared their time, hearts, and wisdom to guide, encourage, and empower the next generation. And whereas the ripple effects of mentorship extend far beyond each individual match, reaching families, schools, neighborhoods, and the greater Maine Township community, creating a strong, more compassionate, and more connected place to live. And whereas today we celebrate not only a decade of success, but also the stories, smiles, and shared memories that have shaped this journey, from homework help to hearts, from game nights to graduation, moments that have made extraordinary differences in the lives of both bigs and littles alike. And whereas the program has been enriched by countless experiences together, including trips to Six Flags Great America, fishing at Blue Lake, cooking lessons, water polo fights, arts and crafts, public speaking practice, Chicago Dogs baseball games, and the Lion King Broadway Chicago performance, among many other cherished activities. And whereas Maine State's Big Brothers, Big Sisters program is a testament to the power of mentorship with long-lasting matches and relationships that will endure for a lifetime. And whereas we honor the alumni, staff, volunteers, families, and community partners whose commitment and passion have sustained and strengthened this program, ensuring its place as a vital resource for Maine Township youth. Now, therefore, I, Kimberly Jones, Supervisor of Maine Township, along with Peter Giammanos, Clerk, Susan Moylan Cry, Assessor, and Bouvet, Highway Commissioner, Kelly Horvath, Trustee, James Mocker, Trustee, Asif Malik, Trustee, and Elizabeth Lynch, Trustee, do hereby recognize and commend the partnership of Maine State Youth and Family Services and Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Metropolitan Chicago on the occasion of its 10th anniversary. Approved and executed this day of August 26, 2025. So we hope and look forward to doing this for another 10 years at least. So. Okay, next item, discussion and possible vote on memorandum of agreement between Cook County Health and Maine Township for installation and operation of naloxone vending machines. So this is something that our Director of Recovery Connection and our Deputy Director. And it's, as you know, we have a serious drug problem in this country right now. Unfortunately, we lose too many members of families and our community. And so they have worked with Cook County to get a vending machine for hopefully save lives, and it will be accessible to anybody who may think that they need it. And they're also going to do a presentation on how to administer it. So this is very important. So unfortunately we need it, but it's great we have it. So thank you for doing all that. And so the discussion is on the vending machine and the partnership. So then we have to vote on it. So, and then after that, I'll do the training. So it's a good open the whole training. We have a motion.
Motion to approve the memorandum of agreement between County Health and Maine Township for installation and operation of naloxone vending machine.
Second.
Okay. There we go.
Did you vote now?
Do we have any discussion?
No, I think it's wonderful. I work at a public library, and unfortunately, I know that this saves lives, and it's really important, so.
Because I'm just curious, I just have questions about how the vending machine works and who has access to it. But I guess we're going to find out all of that information, so.
That would be part of the, okay.
I also think it's an excellent idea. It's an instant life-saver, I would call it.
Yeah.
I like instant life-saver. Faster than an ambulance, faster than emergency services, faster than a stretcher. Fast.
I think they're going to share a actual true life story with us.
Immediate anecdote, right? Let's call it.
Yeah.
Instant, immediate end.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Orbath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, now, International Overdose Awareness Day recognition, introduction of Narcan vending machine at Town Hall, and Narcan training. So, are you going to come up to do this?
So we were thinking that Jim is going to do a demonstration, and we were thinking maybe the trustees would sit in the front row so we could address the whole audience.
Okay, sure.
Is that
Yeah.
okay with everyone?
Yeah, of course.
So as Jim gets ready to go through this, just some real quick, he's going to share some facts with you, but as Supervisor Jones said, thank you, by the way, for inviting us here to do this. This is important stuff. It does save lives. As strong as this is, unfortunately the drugs that are being manufactured are even stronger. So it's a never-ending fight. But this product does and will save lives. I equated being put out in the communities much like it was when they were putting the COVID masks out. They were just trying to get it out to anybody. And us being a government agency and us also having the Recovery Connection here, it made sense for us to do this. So, and just real fast, some of the people that have come in to get this, I got a referral, I don't know if it was from Rich's office, but somebody had called, and like usual, I was expecting to talk to a mother, a father about their either teenage or early 20 child. Instead, the person was saying it was for her because she's been undergoing back surgeries and her doctor said, keep Narcan at your house. So this was a woman in her mid-50s who lived nearby, and she said that if she was to go to the store for it would be between $30 and $60 to get this. So it doesn't make sense. So we're trying to do our part by getting this out. Another person who's come through here to get it is a mother who's they live back here. Her son has overdosed 3 different times, and she saved his life 3 different times. Can you imagine having to go through that? So anyway, the fact that this is going to be here and free is a great thing. Jim has been our point person on this, and he's going to take you through a brief training of how this works. Jim?
Well, thank you for the privilege of being able to talk with all of you about Narcan. Thank you for voting to have this vending machine. I'd be happy to answer questions about it too after the presentation. But just to give a little introduction, what is Narcan? Narcan is just a brand name for naloxone, which is the medication that reverses opioid overdoses. Now, how does it work? So opioids, which are becoming unfortunately more and more accessible, it started with heroin really, and then it's evolved into fentanyl and prescription painkillers. Like Marty was talking about, even in my own life, unfortunately my best friend at 26 years old passed away from a fentanyl overdose this would have saved his life. But instead, they found him passed away. And his young daughter is unfortunately growing up without a dad now. So how does Narcan work? It blocks the opioid effects in the brain, restoring normal breathing within minutes. And the way that it works is when you ingest an opioid, whether that's heroin, fentanyl, painkiller, the opioids send these sort of cells to the receptors in the brain. And those receptors latch on. That's what slows the breathing. That's what's supposed to happen when you're taking prescription painkillers correctly. It dulls them, it slows the breathing. However, what Narcan does is it comes into those receptors and it knocks off the opioids that are slowing the breathing. Who can use it? Anybody. No medical training is required. It's safe. It's very easy to use. The Illinois legislature just passed a law. It's in all schools now. And the great thing is it really is safe. If somebody's not experiencing an overdose, say they're having cardiac arrest, a stroke, anything else, and you use Narcan, it's not going to have any negative impacts on them. So I'd encourage, if you think that somebody's experiencing an overdose and you have Narcan on you, please use it. It's not going to hurt them. It's a great thing. Why is it important? I don't think we need to talk too much about it, but I mean, addiction overdose affects us all. Like Marty was saying, parents, grandparents have talked to us about needing this for their children, their grandchildren. We're seeing it in younger and younger people too. And in Cook County alone, opioids account for nearly 90% of all overdose deaths. So it really is quite the thing. And as Trustee Maher said, it's instant. This reversal of these effects can be instant. And you can use this while you're waiting for EMS to arrive on the scene to give that person the additional help that they need. And a couple of quick statistics. If I can get there. There we go. So the Cook County Department of Public Health, who's giving us this Narcan and the vending machine for free, they publish every year data. The most recent data is from 2023, and in that most recent year, unfortunately, 314 people died of a fatal opioid overdose. In the township, I was trying to get data from the areas that we serve. Between 2013 2017, 44 individuals died of a fatal overdose. In Des Plaines, we had 12 individuals in Park Ridge, 18 individuals in Glenview. So a lot of people, this touches a lot of lives. It really ripples out into our communities. And then this chart is just pointing out, I think, what we all know, that fentanyl is the most common drug involved in opioid overdoses. Fentanyl, so the right side shows the opioid deaths just by fentanyl alone, the top line up there. Below that is heroin, and all the other, the alcohol, cocaine, benzodiazepines, I mean, relatively speaking, they make a pretty small portion of overdose deaths. So really, what we're targeting with this is the biggest impact. It's reversing, hopefully, this trend of seeing these overdose deaths. So moving on to how we use Narcan. Well, first, we'll talk about some signs of an opioid overdose. So if you come on a person or you observe a person, they're going to be unresponsive. So if you approach somebody first, kind of like our CPR training, we want to make sure that the scene is safe while we approach it. Once you approach it, you're going to want to shake that person. You can shake them from the shoulders, ask them, you know, are you okay? Are you okay? If they don't respond, obviously they're unresponsive. They're going to have that slow, shallow, or no breathing. You might see bluish indicators on their fingernails. They might be choking. Another big indicator is those pinpoint pupils, so really small, dilated pupils. They may be limp. I think we've seen some folks when they're leaning over. That's sort of another sign of the use of opioids. And a slow heartbeat. So this is how simple it is. There's really only 3 steps. You lay them down on the ground, wherever they are, in a safe position. You insert the device into either nostril, it doesn't matter, and you press the plunger firmly, and you call 911 and you continue to administer doses as needed. Now, this is what a box of Narcan looks like. Inside the box, there are 2 doses of Narcan. So they come in this type of container. It's really simple. You just peel on the back here. The plunger is this thing in red here, and then you just place your fingers on the top. It's very user-friendly. And you just, once you get the person laid down safely, if there's another person, have them call 911 while you do this. If there's not, call 911, put them on speakerphone, get out your Narcan, and then you're just going to insert it in the nostril and press the plunger in. Don't test the Narcan, don't prime it, try to see if it's working before you put it in. Just put it in, do the full plunger of the dose. And then what you do next, let me see. So, again, very simple. After you administer the Narcan, obviously stay with the person. Sometimes it takes more than 1 dose. What you're going to want to do is wait 2 to 3 minutes with that person, and then you can administer the other dose. The great thing about Narcan is you can give as many doses as you have on you until that person is responsive. Again, it's not going to do them any harm. Once EMS comes on scene, obviously they're going to take over, but this has been very effective. I was reading studies kind of in anticipation of this, and it's something like 95% of people will live if we give them this Narcan during their overdose episode. A couple other little things about Narcan. It's a little finicky with storage. I know a lot of folks want to keep it in their car, which I think is a great idea. It says it on here, store between 36 degrees and 77, so if you have it in your car on a hot day, even if you've kept it in your car, your truck, on the dash, still try to use it. It's better to just try to use it, even if it's not as effective. What the heat and cold does is it may dilute how effective it is, but still better to just give it a try. We have, obviously, a lot of boxes here. The way that the Narcan vending machine is actually going to work is it's totally free. It's like any vending machine, pay for, it'll drop a Narcan box down for you. You'll kind of go into it, grab the Narcan box, you can leave. Like Marty talked about, I was looking up prices in the pharmacy. It's a lot. So this is a great resource. Cook County, in my communication with them, they're going to stock it for us. So this is going to be no cost to us. And it's a privilege to be able to talk to you all about this.
So are they going to come like on a regular basis, or is there a number we can call in case anything more of the time they come?
Absolutely, yeah. I can find that out for you, but I do have the contact person, the director of this program. I've been in communication with her. She's great. Any other questions?
And so, as he indicated, there are overdoses happening in Maine Township, and deaths and stuff like that. So I think the work that we're doing is important, and it kind of leads, a quick story I want to tell people. We did this training at the Skokie Courthouse 2 years ago, and it's kind of like what we do at Recovery Connection. It's a large festive. We have food, and we're doing it for people who are part of the drug court program. There was a gentleman who was in the building that day. Randomly, he was a IT person for the state's attorney's office. He saw a crowd and food. So he just kind of walked in to, I guess, help himself to some food. And he noticed Narcan on the table, he noticed the presentation, and he sat and listened to it. Went on to his next call, which was downtown Chicago, and he threw a Narcan in his backpack. He was walking down Jackson Boulevard. There was a crowd of people around a young person, because it was Lollapalooza that weekend. And everyone was like, who has Narcan, who has Narcan? People were calling 911. There was a young man who was overdosing right on the, and this guy was like, oh my God, I got the, and he went out and saved the kid. The kid lived. His mother, the gentleman's name from IT is Miles. Miles gets a call every year from the kid's mom to thank him for that. But it's just an example of how the randomness of this and how important it is for us to put this out there and get it to as many people as possible. You mentioned the library. I mean, people go to libraries because there's bathrooms there. People around here, I know that they get a lot of calls at the Portillo's across the street from the hospital. Because people will leave, they go to public bathrooms, shoot up, and potentially overdose right there. So that's the negative of this. And to tie into what's going on in September, September is Recovery Month, and it allows us to talk a little bit about the good news of what we do. So if somebody does overdose, our hope would be that they would accept help. Help from people like Jim, Nick, and I. All three of us are sober. He's been sober 3 years, Nick's been sober 2, and I'm close to 20 years. And people like us being able to connect with people and share our experiences have a really good chance of getting people connected with the programs that we do here in Maine Township. Our program, our meetings, been going on for 10 years. I can't tell you the positive stories that we've gotten out of there. There have been deaths too, unfortunately. If you go to my office, you'll see some mass cards from young people who didn't make it. But the good news is, many of our people do. Nick can talk about, there's a young man who's from the Maine schools who is getting married. We helped him out. He's got a significant part of his. He's not only married, he's marrying a nurse who lives in Wisconsin. We have another guy that has overdosed numerous times, and he used to overdose on Christmas. Well, you know, one of our busiest work days, our holidays, we think that that's when this stuff happens. But the fact that Maine Township has been sponsoring this program for 10 years has allowed us to really connect with people who literally change their lives. It's a great thing. Nick, do you want to just tell them real briefly about what a Friday night meeting is?
Yeah, so Friday night, we ask somebody to give a lead, so they tell their story about what happened, what it's like now. We have about 50 people in usual that attend. We bring food from a local restaurant, so they tell their story in hopes to, share a little bit about themselves, and if anybody's new, they can kind of, learn where their meetings are going to be at, kind of connect with young people to see, what are they doing, where the, some of the activities, some of the things that we put on. We just try to hope that they try to stay sober, connect with people, and get phone numbers and go to other meetings.
Coming up in September, we will be going to Maine East and Maine West High School with one of our alums who's a 20-year-old kid. We used to have Nick do it, he's getting too old. So we're looking for people to connect with the younger people, and we're also going to bring the Hero trailer, which is a mock-up of a teenager's bedroom, so that parents can learn where kids could hide vaping and all that other stuff. A few years ago, schools they never wanted us in, so we're slowly, we've been in Northridge down the block, and now this year we're back to both of those main schools, which is a great sign. So we got that coming up in September. I feel like we had something else. I don't know. It'll come to me on the ride. But we are very, very grateful to Maine Township for allowing us to continue this program. It is very appreciated by people throughout the community. Did anyone have any questions before we?
No, but I have a comment, because I was here when it started.
Yeah.
Marty brought the idea of recovery connection to Maine Township, and it was groundbreaking at the time. And we embraced it from the beginning, expanded it, and you guys have done a phenomenal job, and they've won awards, other states are modeling it. It's phenomenal. So Maine Township is happy to have you.
No, thank you. And we, DuPage just started a big program, but they came to see what we did here, along with Elk Grove as a program. They were here a few years ago to see what we do. So, and one thing what we're doing also in September is we're going to we go to people's houses to talk to their loved ones. So we have there's an unexpected, some person's going to be getting some visitors on September 2nd to share from us at the request of their parents. And then this young man's best friends who are concerned that this young man is going to die. So we are going to be going there to convince him to go to treatment. We've done quite a few of those over the years. And a lot of those people, we have a lot of them kind of follow the path. We help them to get to treatment. They come to the Friday night meeting. They get jobs. We've placed 14 young people at a local school that helps kids who have developmental disabilities. They need younger people to help these younger people move around. And the principal calls me every year looking for, people to come in. And she mentioned to me last year that we had 14 over the last 10 years. So it's great. Anyone to keep a job is great, but the fact that these are people in their early 20s who are just getting on their feet, learning to live a sober life, and the fact that they are learning responsibility by working in school and helping people that really need it. So there's a lot of great things that have gone on as a result of this program. So yes, Kim, thank you. Thank Carol Teschke, who was here at the time, Laura Marask. So we've always had a lot of great support. So thank you guys.
I just want to express my condolences to Nick for being too old to no longer.
Steve said, still thinks he's.
And your parting gifts tonight, we are giving each of you a Narcan box, so please keep them handy. And if you ever need more, if we could ever help anybody, we do that. We are confidential. I know Marie, some of our mainstreamers have come to us in the past, and there's a stigma around this kind of thing. And I remember one nice person said, if you could help my son, and we talked, and she said, please don't tell Marie. I don't want Marie to know. And I said, it's not a reflection of you. Addiction affects all walks of life. Our meetings on Friday, we've had athletes, we've had legal professionals, we've had people who read the news. So it does affect everyone, so there's no shame in seeking help for this thing. So with that, thank you guys for your time. And,
It's gonna go, yeah, you didn't tell us here that it's gonna go by, in the back. I think
Sometimes.
back to business. So the next item is a volunteer recognition dinner. So we mentioned last month that the elevator had broken, and it of course broke on the hottest days of the year. And so our volunteers and, our residents who were visiting the food pantry, one couldn't go downstairs, we were afraid if they were elderly, they'd get stuck there and we wouldn't be able to get back up. But the food that deliveries, which is thousands and thousands of pounds of food, was still being delivered. We still, Michael Fitzgerald and our volunteers still made sure that the food was delivered. It was hand carried down the stairs many, many times in that heat. And then, I think I mentioned, then the residents were sitting in their air-conditioned car, checking off what they wanted, and then their orders were fulfilled. It was like the Maine Township food pantry Amazon. And so we had the fulfillment center downstairs, and then they were carrying it up by hand, up and down in the heat. So we decided we need to recognize how wonderful our volunteers are. So we are going to have a volunteer recognition dinner on September 26th. But it's going to exceed the amount of money that I can spend without board approval. Or it may not, but just in case, which is, I think, $3,000. So I think we'll go a little bit over, possibly, depending on how many volunteers sign up. So this is a vote to ask if we can spend a little bit more, if we need to, than $3,000. So we have a motion, please.
Motion to approve funding for a volunteer recognition dinner.
Second. Any discussion or comments?
I think it's a good idea, especially our food pantry, with a lot of volunteers, right?
Yeah.
We might have a very big event, so they have enough to sit down.
Yeah, right.
So it's a good idea.
Okay. And we have a vote, please?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay. The next item of business is actually Highway Commissioner Everyday's item. It's a discussion of the Highway Department's tentative amended budget proposal. So, here, explain it to us.
Sure. So, real quick, so in front of you is the amended budget for ordinance 2025 RB3.
Basically, what this is we were under the impression that we were going to be able to use the invest in cook funds this year, but instead it has to go into our fund to be used next year. So we're basically having to up our budget $500,000, and then we'll get that money back into the next fiscal year. So that's it. So my hope is that we could publish it in the paper tomorrow, and then we will vote for final approval on September 30th. That would give 34 days notice. So.
Do we have any questions or comments?
Can you remind us, Eddie, what that cook first is, Monday? Is it a...
Yeah, the Invest in Cook. So basically what that's going to do is provide sidewalks along Church connecting all the way from Potter to Greenwood. It's going to, we're going to be doing repairs to all that, for the asphalt, concrete repairs, and then we're going to be putting a bike lane and also sidewalks along Western Avenue connecting Church Street all the way to Golf. So at least on the two major thoroughfares, people will be able to get out of the roadway where there's no sidewalks.
Thanks, Eddie.
There was discussion, as Highway Commissioner Bouvet said, the vote will actually be next month. So, next item, discussion and possible vote on email posting renewal. That is going to be Richard. Oh, Richard. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Up for discussion and vote this evening is renewal of our township email accounts. Our township email accounts have been hosted with GoDaddy for probably 20 plus years now. And last year we signed a 1-year renewal so as not to overlap the previous board's term and the current board's term. So this is up for renewal again now on September 18th. In your board packet, you have a memo that describes the pricing options available to us. I did look at some other options in terms of going elsewhere to see if we could save any money. We really cannot. So for example, if we went directly with Microsoft to host these for a period of 2 years, it's going to be about $12,000. For a period of 3 years, it would be about $18,000. This is for 60 township email accounts. Normally, at renewal with GoDaddy, the pricing reverts to full cost, but over the past couple renewal periods, they've been very flexible and very understanding and been willing to work with us and still provide us discounted rates, which I was really thankful for. So if you look at the little chart on the memo there, the original price for a 2-year term with GoDaddy is just under $13,000. They're giving us a discounted rate for that of down to $7,300. For a 3-year term, it would be about $19,500, and they're giving us a discounted price of just under $12,000. If you look at the annual price for either the 2 or the 3-year period, we're talking about $3,600 versus $3,900. You see the discount percentages there. That's a 44% discount going with the 2-year term and a 39% discount going with the 3-year term. So basically asking for the board to look at whether you want to do a 2 or 3-year renewal period. Either option is fine. If you went with a 2-year renewal period, 2 years from now, we'll be coming back and having the same discussion. Hopefully they're going to, still give us the discounted rate. They may or may not. Officially, renews it does renew at full price. But if we go for the 3 years, we have that locked in for 3 years, and then 3 years from now, we'll be coming back and looking at options for renewal. So there really isn't a right or wrong answer. It's just whatever the board feels comfortable with approving at this point, whether it's a 2 or 3 year term.
I'm surprised they give us a bigger discount on the shorter contract than on the longer
I was
contracts.
thinking the same thing. Usually
Yeah.
a bigger discount.
You think think they would want to, get you, entice you to lock in a longer contract.
Yeah, I had the same thought, and the reason for that is that you're getting a slightly less discount, about 5% less discount for the 3-year term, but it's guaranteed for 3 years. So you're guaranteed to have a discount over a 3-year period. At any renewal, they could decide to charge us full price. I hope they don't do that, because so far they've been very understanding, but that could happen.
I mean, I would lean towards locking in the price for 3 years.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a
Yeah, 3 years
small
ago.
difference,
$300.
Too. What do you think, Richard? 3 years is better than 2, or?
I think 3 years is fine. It's a good option.
Less headache, right, too?
Yeah. We know what we had for 3 full years.
All right, can you stick around, because you're up on the next one too.
Oh, sure.
Just after that. After that.
Just keep it rolling, Richard.
Oh, yeah, you're up for 3. You want to share?
I'll just pull up my chair right here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if there's no more comments or discussions, can we have a motion for the email hosting renewal?
Sure. I'll make a motion to renew our email hosting contract with GoDaddy at a 3-year rate at 39% discount as previously discussed.
Second?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Barbat?
yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
The next item is discussion and possible vote on purchase of iPads, cases, and keyboards for the digital board packets. As mentioned last month, we have for years been using just paper copies of board packets, which takes a great deal of time and paper for the staff. And, it's kind of wasteful as far as resources and also paper. So we decided that we should investigate, explore going into digital packets. And so Rich was on with that. He got us some information, and before we even have the iPads, we did receive a digital packet. They test ran it this month, so we got both the paper and the digital, but next month, hopefully it'll just be the digital. And it worked out really well. The staff was saying how efficient it was very smooth. It was much easier just to send PDFs to Eva and then have everything combined, and then I think you said you could download the entire packet instead of individually like they were before. So, okay.
All right, so the board was interested in looking at purchasing devices to be able to bring to board meetings. You can also be able to bring those home, look at the board packet, transact other township business, including access email if you wish on the devices too. So I reached out to kind of gauge the interest in different types of devices. Everybody heard back from either preferred iPads or didn't really have a strong preference, so it seems like iPads would be the way to go. Currently, an 11-inch iPad is on sale for $299. It's normally $350. And then we thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and also purchase a case and keyboard folio, the Apple Magic Keyboard Folio, to go along with that, and that would be an additional $199 for each. So if we purchased 8 devices, the total would be $3,984. So I'm here to ask the board to discuss and potentially vote on making that purchase.
Thank you, Rich. Is there any discussion?
Looking forward to saving paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think over time, just the amount of paper and ink and everything else we'll be saving on will recoup our investment, not to mention
Paper, but also the resource of
Yeah, I was
our
gonna say,
time, because it takes a long time.
very
to-
time consuming, yes.
And then, they were being hand delivered every month too. Right, so.
Yeah. I think it's a
Well,
no-brainer.
it's more efficient, yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if the cases come in different colors.
The case that I saw, so with the iPads, there's 4 different colors. Yellow, which I'm sure nobody wants. There's a pink, there's a blue, and a silver. I've only seen a case in silver, but maybe there are
Just
other
enough
colors
to
that I haven't seen.
be able to keep them, separately.
I'll see if I can find other color options. I've only found silver so far.
Oh, okay. Are we ready for a motion?
Motion to purchase 8 iPads and 8 cases with detachable keyboards at a cost of $3,984.
Okay. We have a vote, please?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Abstain.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Thank you, Rich, for doing all that legwork and pricing, and appreciate that.
Certainly.
Okay, and then you're on the next one too. Discussion and possible vote on building monitor position. And this would be for the mainstay, so just briefly introduce it. So you have a security person at this desk, but a lot of times the counseling is on the other side of the building, which is an L shape. So it's very, you would not be able to see across the courtyard. And we do have employees here and working late, and so Rich has requested another monitor.
I'd like to share some things as well.
I'm gonna go to.
All right. A trio presentation here. So, pre-pandemic, Mainstay always had a full-time office manager, which is a full-time salary position with benefits. We eliminated that position during the course of the pandemic, and over the past several years, especially early on during COVID, we modernized and digitized our operations so significantly that we did not have a need for that full-time administrative support staff anymore. So we really haven't missed that. We've been using technology to accomplish many of the same things. However, the one thing that we have sorely missed during that time period is that reception kind of support. So how we've been getting by in recent years is that if there's no program going on over here, we do have a building monitor sitting at the desk in the Mainstay lobby area, receiving guests and letting us know when people are here for appointments or groups, programs, things like that. But when there is a program going on over here, our side of the building is locked and we put a sign on there. And so there's a couple different reasons why that has been kind of difficult to navigate. One, the client experience part of it too. After 5 clients come, they don't know really what door to go in. They'll go to a door, if it's locked, there's a sign, they'll go to the other door. It's really unpredictable because the schedule of programs that go on over this side of the building varies quite a bit from week to week. It's also confusing for employees too, because sometimes they're coming all the way over here to get their clients and receive them for groups and programs or counseling sessions. Sometimes they're getting at the main lobby. It's also not really set up very well to have a waiting area over here like we're used to having on the other side of the building. So that has been kind of a difficult thing to manage, but we've been able to do it. So we're hoping to kind of go back to where we can always have clients that are here for Mainstay services to go into the Mainstay entrance, use that lobby area there for a more consistent, more positive customer service experience and a more streamlined approach for employees as well.
Good evening, everyone. Richard, he said it perfectly. I don't have a ton to add after that, but it is something where we did used to have 3 monitors. And if everyone here kind of remembers, Ron at the time, Ron brought great stability to it, where with everything Richard mentioned, we didn't even need that second person. And then when Ron left, we got Elio, who has brought the same stability along. So it has been to and it's worked. We also have Robert Carosa, but with everything that Richard has mentioned, it would be nice to go ahead and bring another monitor on.
And then just the one point that I want to add to, it's also to provide more support for our staff. So if right now we have our monitor on this side of the building, there's a ton of program that can be going on the other side. So if someone's having a problem, if someone's upset, if there's an issue, there's not really another person who can help, who can assist, who can provide support. So we're also, one thing that we worked on was, that Richard really worked on was to change the job description a little bit to also have somebody who can provide support in other ways, not just opening the door and sitting there, but also maybe providing de-escalation support, and, whatever kind of, just to kind of have another person that's also there so that the staff feels like they're not all by themselves on that side. So that's really important, and just another thing to kind of enhance the experience for everyone that comes through our doors.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll add too is that we got by okay in the earlier years when we were doing this, but recently, particularly in the last couple of years, the volume of our programs has increased so significantly. We have something going on virtually every night of the week, and some nights there's 3 or 4 programs going on. So it's gotten more and more difficult to manage as the attendance and number of programs that will increase too.
Does anybody have any questions or comments?
When I read this, what jumped out at me as it's a part-time position. And I guess, Richard, thanks for letting me know that we used to have a full-time person. So I'm all in favor of giving support, but should we consider the people who already work here part-time to see if they want to become maybe full-time people? Or do we want to consider a full-time position for that? Especially if it's, reception is pretty important. I'm shocked that we don't have a full-time person. That's why I was commenting, we should consider making it a full-time position. Potentially instead of part-time. I think the last I looked, about 15 or 16% of our people are part-timers. So we seem to hire a lot of part-timers since I've been trustee. So maybe we should consider a full-time person that help you guys.
Yeah, I can explain more the need in terms of why we're requesting just part-time. Stephanie is the full-time office manager in the general assistance department, and so she's sitting at that reception desk from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So she will let us know when clients are here, handle, will walk in, notify us if we have people here for programs that start before 5. So we really, and she does a great job at that. So we really only have needs after 5. So it would be between 8 to 10 hours probably on average, because if nothing's going on this side of the building, our current building monitors are going to be sitting on our side and doing just fine. It's really only when we have, like tonight, there's a meeting going on here. We want someone else over there. When there's neighborhood watch over here. When there's yoga on Monday nights with the senior department. It's only when there's something going on here that we would have the need for someone to be over there, an additional person to be over there.
Any other comments or questions? Can we have a motion, please?
Motion to hire a part-time building monitor.
Second.
Okay. Vote?
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to old business. There is no old business on the agenda. So the next item is officials report, so
I just have one quick thing, just an announcement for Gregory Lane. I know Asif has, Trustee Malik has had a few people reach out to him. So Gregory Lane is going to be finally commencing the construction next week on Tuesday after Labor Day. So just wanted to make that announcement. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I just want to thank everybody that came out and participated in our National Night Out again this year. I think it was one of the best ones we've had in quite some time, if not ever. It was great attendance, very good weather. The petting zoo that we added this year seemed to be a big hit. So I definitely appreciate everybody coming out and giving up their time. Wanted to apologize certainly to Trustee Malik that I wasn't able to attend the Indian cultural event, but I was out at the Bears game that night. I was on my way to the Pakistani one when the winds and everything blew through unfortunately we had to cancel. So, but I will definitely plan on being there next year.
Okay, we started with Trustee Lynch last time, so I'd like to start us off.
Sure. I had a great time at National Night Out. It's always really exciting. My whole family comes and we enjoy it every year. I also want to shout out to Maine East. we're not going to have a meeting before this happens, but they're having their fall play. It's going to be September 25th through 27th. As soon as I get a poster, I'll hang it up. If you've ever seen the movie 12 Angry Men, that's what they're doing. Well, it'll be 12 Angry Jurors. But it's going to be really good. So if you can go, get tickets and go see it. Okay. Just backer.
Two things. I went to an event, Nikki was there, Niles Chamber of Commerce, and I think they discussed a lot of good ideas about agreements that we could potentially make with other agencies and with private parties. Gave me a lot of good ideas, I think, and probably gave Vicki a lot of good ideas too. So I think it's a relationship we should try to foster potentially with the chamber. They have a lot of common interests and they can help us, and we may be able to help them. And second thing, Night at the Ballpark, there's an event that's happening this Thursday night, Schaumburg Boomers. It's sponsored by Laura Murphy, and there should be a lot of interesting people there. The game starts at 6:30. It's at this field in Schaumburg where they play. If anybody's interested, let me know. The game starts at, I think, 6:30, and I got an email about it. Forgot to mention it. Thursday, August 28th, first pitch is at 6:30. Wintrust Field in Schaumburg, 1999 Spring Booth Road in Schaumburg.
My both events, the first event was severe thunderstorm, but with the help of Maine Township staff, especially I can say the OM director Jack Newski, he was with me on August 16th, because that day was a thunderstorm 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. He never left the field until everybody left the field. So thank you, Jack. I really appreciate your help. Without these people's help, it was not possible on 17, and the tent was, not there, the stage was broken. So my Nader and Jonathan, they were there in the ground, I think 7:30 or 7:45. They helped me to clear everything and they get ready for the event 12 o'clock. So thank you, Mike, Nader and Jonathan. I also want to thank to the staff, Eva, Vicky, Nari, Monica, they were all there on the 17th, to attend the Pakistani event. And my special thanks to Ed Gouvet, Commissioner, because staff were both, they were there and they helped me for the both event. And my friend always there, James Mike. Of course, when I was calling on the stage, he was not there.
Both nights.
Both nights. No, the first night was thunderstorm, but the second night, he was not there. And thanks to the assessor Susan Perry, she was there, and I think she represented all the other officials, and she spoke to the Pakistani, the community. And I also want to thank Cook County Sheriff Department for their security. And this time we didn't charge, it was free. And I want to thanks to the Mark Thomas Church and ICD for providing a free parking to the audience. So thank you.
Well, I wanted to talk about the school starting. My kids both went back to school, and it's a stressful time for a lot of us. And I just want to give a big thanks to the Mainstay staff for all the work they do, making sure the kids are school ready and supporting kids academically during the school year. If you've ever had to look for a private tutor, you know it is outrageously expensive and really out of reach for lots of people in our community. And the township provides tutoring services at an affordable price, which I think is just such an important service to the community to make sure that all of our kids can be successful. And the staff is also finding these really creative ways to address some of those non-academic skills, those social emotional skills that are still really important to success in the classroom. And we're so lucky to have staff that are experts in this area and are creative and providing all of these opportunities to support our students. So thank you to the Mainstay staff. And hopefully we have a great school year. Not just for my kids, but all the kids, right?
Thank you. And they're not only skilled, they're enthusiastic.
Yes.
The love of their job comes through, shines through. And for children who have food insecurity, our food pantry also prepares food bags for children over the weekend so that they have some nourishment, which they may not otherwise have. Okay, so I also was very proud of our National Night Out. I think it was, I say this every year, but it was like one of our best, for sure. And popcorn was a big hit. There was like
Oh, yeah, the
a line for popcorn. It was like amazing. We outdid ourselves with the petting zoo and the reptile show. Chickens and bunnies. And yeah, chickens and bunnies and a little pony walking around. It was amazing. The kids had such a good time. I think it was such a nice family event. It really is. So that was great. And then I also had the privilege of going on the Maine Streamers Mystery Tour, which I've heard so much about, and we won an award for last year in Hanukkah. And that was amazing because that is, I don't know if you know, they do 5 stops and you don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're signing up for. And Monica from Maine Streamers makes her own costumes, and she has a different costume for each stop, and then you get clues, and you have to figure out where you're going. And this year they did Hidden Gems of Chicago, and it was really neat. It was great. So if you want to go though, you have to sign up. Like your finger has to be on the button because it sells out fast, and I understand why. It's fantastic. I hope you win another award this year. And then I attended the Big Brother, Big Sister event, which was awesome, and we've already discussed that, but I apologize, I could not go to the Pakistani Indian Days because I was out of town, so, but I've attended the previous years, and it's always a good event. A couple things coming up, Neighborhood Watch, next Wednesday, September 3rd at 7 o'clock, so we invite everybody. And then that same day, there's an identity theft scams and prevention tips presentation. And September 13th is our annual garage sale, which is always a big hit. And the proceeds from that fund our summer camp for kids who may not otherwise may not be able to enjoy summer camp. And they do really cool things. I've been here when Emily comes back from camp, and they take them water parks and beach, and I mean really fun arcades. Those kids are lucky that they can attend. It looks like fun. Then we have a mobile vet clinic October 4th and free hearing and retinal screenings. Those are just some of the things. And then also in the beginning of October we have 4 sessions of Do I Need a Lawyer educational classes. So you have to register for that, but it sounds like it's a very worthwhile way to spend some time just educating yourself on when to hire a lawyer, when you don't necessarily need to. So that concludes my report. We are going to head in a closed session to discuss pursuant to section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act, discussing the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, and pursuant to section 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act, litigation which is probable or imminent. We are going to discuss the hiring and possible vote of emergency management specialist. We've already voted on the administrator position, and unfortunately the hiring of the handicapped accessible shuttle bus driver is not going to work out tonight. He received another position, so we don't need to talk about that one today, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and close session, and then welcome to come. You can welcome to stay, but for now we're done here.
We have a motion for closed session.
Yeah, before we go to closed session, I forgot about Robert. Robert was there, and he covered the Pakistani event. Thank you, Robert. Thank you.
Robert's everywhere.
Hey guys,
I forgot about you, sorry.
Okay.
No.
A motion to adjourn to closed session?
We'll say this.
Second.
You'll do a roll call. Yep. Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay. Can we have a motion to come back into closed session? Open to open session?
Motion to return to open session.
Second.
Okay. Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, so the item, this last item, one and only item we had is to hire a part-time position for emergency management specialist. We had an excellent candidate, and so maybe have a motion.
Motion to hire a part-time emergency management specialist.
Second.
Naming the individual for this one?
Oh, do we go?
I can.
Michael Zorkowitz? Michael Lorkowitz, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but how do you say it?
Lorkowitz.
Lorkowitz. Michael Lorkowitz, all right.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay, do I need to redo it? No. Okay.
That's good.
Second.
Okay. Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
And Trustee Lynch?
Yes.
All right.